There is no gender bias in the kitchen. Hunger has no gender bias, so is the kitchen. Each one seated here is unique and different. But most of us have something in common. The moment we wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is scrolling through our mobile phones to check for the unanswered mails, unattended queries, and the group chat that we missed late last night, and of course some WhatsApp messages, good morning messages. Until a few years ago, work life involved primarily around the time that one spent in the office at desk. But with mobile phones in hand, smartphones in hand, access to a virtual desk is possible almost from any part of the world. What does this mean? It means that we are expected 24/7 all 365 days. Of course, you cannot deny the fact. Nobody could deny that we are leaning so heavily on technology in a sense of social connection that in a day we make a lot of phone calls and also we receive. When we are attending a business call, or the most awaited call, or the most expected call, how would we talk? We would consciously improve our tonal quality. We would smile from this end, trying to impress the person on the other end. We would listen so patiently, giving undivided attention. We would acknowledge to each and every word they say. We would compliment them. And also we would withhold our judgment, and while winding up the call, we would thank them also wholeheartedly. Now I have a question. When was the last time you spoke to your parents, or how often you touch base with your parents? I am sure most of you here would find this question embarrassing and you won't find it comfortable to answer. You know why? Because most of us, talking to parents over phone is synonymous to either calling a customer care center or attending a call from the same. Reason number one, our parents, in most of the cases, cannot pick up the phone call right at the first ring. That would annoy us. See, they may be somewhere in the kitchen or in the garden or lying down, taking some rest or a nap. They may not reach faster. Mobility issues, age factors, but we won't realize that because we are calling them amidst our busy schedule. We are calling them, so that would annoy us. One thing we should remember here: supposing our parents are calling us and we are not picking up the call right at the first ring, instead of getting annoyed first, they start worrying about us. That is the difference between their unconditional love and our love for our parents. Number two, luckily, if they pick your call right at the first ring, please take it for sure, they cannot understand everything that we say. You may have to repeat the word or repeat a particular sentence again and again, because we do not know whether it is a problem with their hearing or whether it is a problem with their understanding. Again, that we have to analyze. We have no time for all such analysis, right? In a short break, we are calling them. Where do I have time for analysis? We may come out with the reason. Reason number three. Every time you talk to your parents over phone, please understand the content will not be surprising or thrilling or enticing. It is the same old content, as old as man himself. How are you? How is your health? When are you coming home? So, you will not be ready to listen to the same old content again and again. Number four. Reason number four. At times, they may not pick up our calls because they may ignore a call, mistaking that for a spam call. Or at times they would have forgotten to charge their phone also. Poor parents, many of them do not know that they cannot take a call on a dead phone. Please understand. So, with all these reasons, you cannot say, this is why I am not calling my parents over phone. That cannot be the answer. Now, you are toiling yourself 24/7 for your organization. But remember, one day, if you have decided to quit the organization, your organization would pretty well fill up your space with some other person immediately who is more competent than you. You are not available in a group chat for 2 days, just for an instance. The group chat would continue even without you. But it is not the same for your parents. One phone call from you to them would do magic in their mundane routine. Please remember. All that they love to do is to listen to our voices. Listen to your voices. However busy we are. Because our parents will always think about our welfare and nothing sounds more important to them. They are not bothered about the targets that we are running to achieve or the height that we are getting. No. How are we doing? How things are with us? All that they need to do is these things. So let us remember, let us make it a priority that however big we are or however responsible our position in our institution or an organization may be, let us make it a priority to make calls to our parents to check in on their well-being. It is just a welfare check to check in on their well-being. Let us not have reasons, because one fine day all that is left with us would be their voice notes and their text messages, and for most of them also we would not have answered. That is painful truth. And after losing them, you will be ready to do anything to get a call from them, which is practically impossible. So let us not lament after losing them. So let us try to make the best use, because when we have parents, when they are still alive, consider we are so blessed that we have parents to care for us and to talk to us. Even after a long gap, if you call them, they won't show a long face over phone. Please remember, they'll talk to you as though you have spoken to them the very previous day. It is their unconditional love. So honoring your parents need not be expensive at all. Please take it in mind. A phone call from you or attending their phone calls without ignoring would make our parents more than happy. So, if it is too long since you have spoken to your parents, please make a call right now, talk to them and check in on their well-being.